projects I'd probably first concentrate on is the parking issue that we've had for years in and around the square. There was a south parking lot here between the post office and a small alley that was procured several years ago. I think the development of that parking lot can alleviate some of the traffic congestion on the square and allow the county elected officials and employees to park in that area and provide some expansion or the potential for someone to shop on the square or those that need to access the courthouse for whatever privilege or necessity. I'd like to see us develop not necessarily a foolproof or foul-proof, but a greater maintenance program to save the immediate roads that we have out there, the miles of chip and seal that are already established, and try and save those roads before we continue with new roads, because we'll never gain as we continue that. I'd like to continue to seek out for additional funding, serve on the necessary committees that are available to procure any services that are available to make Polk County a greater place to live and a stronger community, stronger government services. And I'd also like to work on the buildings and ground respect as far as the courthouse expansion or office expansion needs. When you see our courthouse employees and office holders in such a crowded condition, and now we're about to bring on another associate judge, I believe it's time that we address that, and really probably a little past time, but long-term planning is always a necessity for not only county government, city or state government, but even for our own personal lives. The reason I'd like to have the job, I'd like to continue in public service with the people here in Polk County. And not only do you serve Polk County, you serve a region, and sometimes you're influential throughout the state with the services that we render here in Polk County or committees we might serve on. I've seen a lot of change in Polk County in the last number of years. I moved to Polk County and chose to stay here. I've raised a family here. I believe that it's a good place to live. I think we're an aggressive type community and progressive, yet we're practical, and that's a lot like my lifestyle. I think if we want something, we'll go for it. If we really don't need it, we can hold off. And I believe this is an excellent place to continue in service because people are genuine here. We have a little more revenue in our county than some of the little surrounding counties, and we're able to provide more services. We actually have the amenities of a large city here that, in some respects, that you wouldn't have in a smaller community. And I think the reason is just a passion and a desire to serve, and that's something that I would hope I could continue to do and serve the people here in Polk County. We moved to Polk County from Benton County, from Cole Camp, Missouri, when I was 13. My father worked with Ralston Purina hatcheries at that time, and he was sent around to manage or help hatcheries throughout Missouri, and then we actually moved away from here. I continued to come back each summer and enjoyed just the surroundings, the environment, the people. We actually had family members on my mother's side from the Goodson area, and maybe the first time I ever was in Polk County was unfortunately at my great-grandmother's funeral. And I do recall the little church and the family setting, even though I was a young guy. But I have some family, especially on Mom's side, but on my dad's side from Benton County, irregardless of where my family's from, I have chosen Bolivar in Polk County to live in, and I own a small farm north of town. Me and my wife have been there for 30-some years. Since 1982, we built a little home. We've continued to add to our land, and we enjoy raising horses and a few cows and calves. This is just a good place to live, and this is where I've chose to live, and that's why I'm here. what I'd like to say to the voters that please get out and vote. And I believe your vote in me will be an investment in the future of Polk County. I believe your vote in me will be an investment in the greater services, consistent services. And I believe that the oath of office is a sacred trust that you, the voters, have given to me or granted to me in an election. And I want to continue with that trust, and I honor that trust. And I am a self-motivated, hard-working man because I have had a business for 35 years. I've actually been an elected official as a commissioner for a total of 12 years, and I'm in my 6th year as a county coroner. I've showed a lot of dignity and love and compassion to you and your families as your county coroner, and I will show the same dignity and kindness and consideration to you as presiding commissioner.